Tony, I'm 28 and I'm in transportation. I drive trucks.
Okay, we have to discuss 50-50 paying the bills with these men.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
I don't really want women that make their own money because then you can't control women.
What the fuck what do you mean? How?
Ain't nothing unconditional about these days. So yes,
being with a white girl, I understand it. It's you know, we're not supposed to do it. Whatever. You get a car out of it. You don't gotta spend no money on haircuts.
I beg your pardon.
Men don't like makeup because ugly girls ruined it for everybody. It be the ones that look like Trick Daddy who got all the attitude once they get their face put on.
It's because women actually psych themselves out into thinking they're the person that they drew on.
He ain't lying.
most men that I deal with these days, they love not unconditional. You gain a little bit of weight, you post one wrong picture. Oh, she a bop, I don't want her or this or that. Third. Like, no, ain't nothing unconditional about these days. So yes, my love comes with conditions. I want certain things in place for me to put you.
That's what maybe y'all love comes with conditions.
It does.
So you don't love a man unconditionally.
I don't.
What do you mean by that?
Because here's my thing. Say, because you know, I'm a cute little thing. Say a man loves me as I am right now, right? Say I gain 400 pounds within the next year. I'm not going to expect that man to love me as he did as I am now.
But you should.
I'm not going to, though.
That's your assumption.
That's reality.
That's your assumption.
Well, that's my assumption and my reality.
To go from that little skinny girl to 400 pounds, I'm going to assume that there is something emotional and psychologically wrong for you. I would be heading to the hills. But she does make sense. Guys nowadays do have higher standards when it comes to women. They're looking for anything that resembles somebody for the streets to abandon that woman and not be with you. You literally have to be on your best behavior now, ladies, because the thought bots have messed it up. The yoga pants has messed it up. OnlyFans has messed it up. Being liberated has messed you up. All these agendas have messed you up. Red pill feminism. All of it has messed up a woman. And now you pretty much got to be an angel to get a man to stay with you.
What do you guys do for work?
Tony, I'm 28 and I'm in transportation. I drive trucks.
Okay, let's start over here. Why do we end up popping Tony's?
That was kind of boring. It wasn't nothing like more.
Wait,
Just
what was
like,
boring?
I just drive trucks.
I mean, you asked what I do. That's what I do.
What they do currently is okay because they're bosses. I like a boss stature. Not saying that
Okay,
you're not
so
a boss. I like
you a gold
somebody
digger,
who
pretty
calls the
much.
shots.
You a
No.
gold digger?
I like somebody who can lead me because I call shots. I need somebody who can call my shots as well.
What are we talking about? How do you know if that man's a boss or not? How do you know if he doesn't have employees? You're just assuming just because he says, I drive trucks, he's not a boss? Well, let me let you know something. Truck drivers are bosses, and truck drivers make a lot of money. You're pretty much an independent contractor, and you can write it off on your taxes, which makes you a boss because you have a 1099. This is where women are really misconstruing the situation. You're trying to marry a king and you think that there's a king available for you and you're not bringing yourself down to reality. I tell men all the time, the only way that that woman is going to love you is when her ego comes down to her real insecurity and you guys are able to see each other for what it is. Until then, stay walking away from these type of women.
I have to be honest with myself. The type of men I like, I love men with money. I like men that do their thing. And then you got to be realistic. Men with money, they got a lot of options. They might got something that they into that I might not be into. You feel me? My man like threesomes, but he don't want to share my coochie. You feel me? So it's like, I mean, shit, you little thing on the side might give you everything you want that you might not want me to do, which is cool, which I'm gonna respect it. But I'm happy with being stupid.
And she's right. You are absolutely stupid. We can tell by the green hair and the little glittery stuff that you got on your nails lets me know exactly how toxic you are. These are the type of women that deserves to be with a pimp. They prefer to be with these type of men because to them, that's the definition of a real man. The real question here when it comes to women like that is, where is your father? A woman growing up without a father is a date for disaster. It's that simple. It never turns out good. It normally leads to chaos and confusion. They normally end up dating older guys that do them wrong and then they get really discombobulated. Most of their kids are by different dudes. And then they're always looking for someone to come in their life and clean it up while they play victim.
Ladies, let me tell y'all something. Have you noticed? Do you see that only in the black community we have to discuss 50-50 paying the bills with these men on the earth. Y'all notice that, baby? Baby, let me tell y'all something. I remember I was paying 50-50 bills in my goddamn marriage. And I didn't mind helping when I needed. But guess what? Once I stopped paying 50-50 bills in the marriage, he started doing whatever he wanted to do with his money. He wasn't taking the family out. He wasn't taking me out on dates. It was no togetherness. It was just 50-50 on the bills. Anytime you see a man want to do 50-50 and not take care of the full family by himself, he has an agenda.
First of all, listen to how dumb you sound. When you were paying 50-50, you guys were taking family trips. You were going on vacations. When you stopped paying 50-50, you stopped going on family vacations because he had to take the extra money to cover your half that's missing now. This is why a lot of men want 50-50 so they can create other monies to have a lifestyle. A lot of you women, you bring it on to the man because you're always saying what you can and cannot pay for when you're out with him. Let's see what else she has to say.
Let me say that again. Bitch, if you can't afford a woman, you shouldn't get a woman. Baby, take care of yourself by yourself. We only got to deal with that shit in the black community. Making me pay them feathery ass $300 for a $600 mortgage. You know why? Because I'm trying to have an agenda.
Black women, you don't get it, do you? You're actually the one that forces the 50-50. Guys want to go 50-50 so you don't break their bank account. See, you want a man to spend all this money making you feel good, making you feel comfortable, taking you out of survival mode. At the same time, you're trying to prove to him that you do not need him while you're in the relationship. What's coming out of your mouth is completely different than what your thoughts want to happen. The man gets sick of trying to flip the bill just to make you happy when you could live a simpler life just living below your means. So if you want to live this Broadway life, you have to come with 50-50. If not, settle for a regular lifestyle where you guys do regular things together.
I don't really want women that make their own money because then you can't control women. You guys don't want to be providers or protectors. You guys want to be controlling and manipulating.
Who is trying to control women with money? When's the last time you seen a black man, especially with money, control a black woman? Like, let's be honest. How many black men do black people know off the top of their hand that are in control of black women? Black women, you're the only culture where you control the men. That's why they call you the hyena community, because hyenas are ran by the females and lion prides are ran by the males.
Do you make more money than your man?
I did. I was six figures.
How did you feel about that?
I was fine. He wasn't.
Why? What did he say?
Well, we're divorced.
Oh.
Damn.
Was that the reason, you think?
I think that had something to do with it.
So he just couldn't keep up, or what do you think it was?
Different personalities. So I've been, since I was 16, 17 years old, I had a plan, I had goals. I knew where I was going. I got pregnant at 18, but I still knew where I was going.
Yep.
I got my degree at 22. I got my master's at 27. I knew where I was going.
That's right.
I didn't have, I knew what I needed to do.
Yep.
So.
He just couldn't keep up, or what was it?
Couldn't keep up.
Did you know that at the beginning, or like was this?
No, I thought he was very successful when I met him. He was like a realtor, making 10, 11,000, 17 years ago a month. But the ambition wasn't there.
Ambition matters in a man.
Yeah, it does. Not even ambition, just wanting to improve yourself. Read a book. Sorry, excuse my French.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Improve yourself. She's not even in shape. But this shows you when Miss Independent becomes goal driven and she's married to success, she's married to her job, Only thing that you can do with women like that is just have them as a quickie, a one-night stand. Every now and then y'all mess around, kind of like flingish, because they're no good for a relationship. When they get in a relationship, they compete with their man while they are in the relationship. And this is why a lot of men leave those Miss Independent women. See, the world thinks that it's like the Cosby Show, where the man is a doctor and the mom is a lawyer and they're a high value couple. But in real life, that's just two kings trying to run one kingdom, and it doesn't work.
For the fellas, would you rather tell your feelings to a brick wall or to a woman?
That's a good question. Let's look at the comments. The brick wall not gonna cut me off mid-sentence. You ain't lying. I won't go to jail for hitting the wall. The brick wall, white or red, faded or new, is concrete an option. I thought brick was concrete. Fellas, I want y'all to let me know in the comments. Tell your feelings to a brick wall or to a woman.
You have to tell them to a brick wall. And the reason for that is no matter what comes out of your mouth, a man has to always be accountable for everything that happens in his life. When men start to complain about things, nobody really cares, not even other men, because we're taught since a little boy that we're supposed to stand strong no matter what. And a woman is supposed to be weak no matter what. When they do things to men, they can get away with it. But when men do things to them, you're the evil guy.
Me and my husband have an agreement. If he starts to let himself go and gains a little bit of weight, I will tell him. I have kept the door open for him to tell me the same thing. And some people might be like, oh my God, that's so vain. My husband loves me just how I am. I'm not saying that he's not going to love me, but you better believe that he'd much rather be with the person who is still able to wear a dress and to turn heads. I don't care what anybody says. I know I'm going to get heat from this, but I quite honestly do not give a shit because I deal with it every single day with the ladies that I work with. We can sit here and pretend, oh no, everything is fine, everything's great. But if the fact that you're putting on a little bit of weight or that you're no longer taking care of yourself like you used to is causing problems, you know, with intimacy or something like that, that is a big part of marriage. And having that honest conversation whenever you're seeing the other person not caring about themselves, it's something that is very important to keep the open door conversation.
These are the type of relationships you want to stay away from. It's the superficial relationship. I'm not saying let yourself go or over exercise your body and be in perfect condition, but you and the woman that you're with, you have to be comfortable with who you are. All these relationships that are in the gym trying to look perfect and on Instagram trying to look like they just created the perfect family, those are the ones that be depressed the most when you get around them. They argue the most. When you stop and look at couples that's been together for 50 and 60 years, they're not sitting around talking about superficial things. If you got fat, if you got skinny, if you're good looking, if the people like you or not, those are the ones that lose. You want to be happy with who you are, and find somebody who's happy with who you are as well.
Being with a white girl, I understand it. It's you know, we're not supposed to do it, whatever. You get a car out of it, you don't gotta spend no money on haircuts at all. No lineups, nothing. You ain't gotta buy new shoes. White girls are the Geico of people.
I just saved money on my car insurance by switching over to white women.
You can't really be fucking with women, you know what I'm saying, if you don't got the money to really, you know, fit their needs.
Because black women, I feel wrong for putting y'all through my struggle.
Yeah, like, let me get this associate's degree and then transfer my credits over. I don't want to start here with nothing. Let me go to community college real quick and then transfer to this university.
Being with a white woman allows him to save money and live a more realistic lifestyle to build up, because she's not worried about his bank account. She's not worried about his clothes. She's not worried about his shoes. All she's worried about is his drive. And his drive tells him, go to community college and transfer to a university. But whenever you're dating a black woman, she's expecting you to be the rich of the rich, cream of the crop, doctor's lawyer, already pre-built, muscular with a six-pack, partially thug, but not a nice guy. And these guys are looking around like, where are these fictional guys that you so-called want, but yet you don't have, and remain single and seem to have children with the worst of men because they're good in bed, and then you try to run to those type of guys after you have the baggage? Or he can go be with another type of woman and he can build up the way that he wants to build.
What's really crazy? Dudes be acting like they don't like crazy women, and they do.
Mira, I'm so glad somebody said it. Y'all be talking about nice guys finish last, forgetting that nice girls are strolling right there with y'all. Y'all like the I be like, my girl's crazy, bro. Those be the girls you be most loyal to. I don't know if it's because you're scared. Pinga dances with glee at the thought that she might cut you. I will push nice girls' buttons. Not be crazy at all. And y'all eventually forums like, oh, pink is a spicy. A lot of y'all like them a little bit of heat. Let's be honest. Who's gonna tell the waiter that they got your order wrong? I love it when you know your girl can fight. You just don't want her to have to. But you love it if you know she could throw a good Popeye chicken combo. Bendito, there's a lot of nice girls and y'all do them wrong. Y'all do crazy girls wrong because you like playing with your life. Evil Knievel. I said it once, I'll say it again. Some of these girls aren't crazy for no reason. It was a series of events.
The crazy girls are the better ones in bed. So this is why a lot of guys fall for those type of women.